Hi friends, colleagues, and members of my personal and professional networks. Like many of you, today marks my first day back in the office in 2025. And I decided to call my New Year resolution the happiest year ever. I have my reasons for it, which some of you who heard it from me asked me to tell that story to the others as it resonated with you a lot. I hope that becomes your case as well after you see it. I call my story From the Floor to Fulfillment, my path to happiness. The people who know me the best consider me a passionate cybersecurity professional who loves what he does, the people he works with, and speaks at industry events. A few of you also know I dreamed to become a baker when I turned 50 and living the corporate world. Well, I hit that milestone last year, and while I haven't opened a bakery yet, I'm determined to make this chapter of my happiest. I'm also an avid tennis player, mountain biker, skier, road biker, lover of cold water dipping, and sometimes swimming. These are what keep me going. But as 2024 started rolling in, life threw me a curveball I never saw coming. Late October 2023, I returned to my role at Slalom after a global initiative I poured my heart into didn't pan out, disappointed but determined. So I dove into tennis, my refuge, and prepared myself for a local tournament. Midway through the first match, I sprinted towards the net, and then boom, a sharp pop stopped me. Later, diagnosis confirmed my fear, a fully ruptured Achilles tendon with a 37mm gap. Suddenly, the life I loved was on hold. No sport for 6 months, no tennis for 9, 3 months more just to ease back into it. The next weeks brought me pains, crouches, an 8-pound boot, and facing the reality of crawling up the stairs at my home. Work, once my solace, became a struggle as I logged hours from the floor, unable to meet clients or attend events I thrived on. My routine unraveled, my weight climbed, and by December, I was diagnosed with mild depression. For the first time, I wasn't sure if I could rebuild, not just physically, but emotionally. Thankfully, with my wife, friends, colleagues' unwavering support, I promised to get back on the court and into work, mentally, professionally, and physically. I started small, journaling each morning and doing light workouts at home. Eventually, my doctor cleared me for a 15-minute session on a static bike. All right, this is day 28. Not long after, I ventured into yoga for the first time in my life, which I fell in love later. It wasn't much, but it was a start, and that was all I needed. By month 3, I made a commitment to show up every day, no matter how small the progress. Tough doubts lingered, and I didn't give up. In March 2024, attending the Indian Wells tournament reignited my passion for tennis. Watching the pros inspired me again, and I began lightly hitting the net again, about 2 months sooner than I expected. While adding road biking, believing in yoga, swimming, and more to my recovery. Now I'm back both on and off the court. I'm playing tennis competitively, cycling, dipping and swimming in the bay cold water, and pursuing the work I love with renewed energy. More importantly, I've embraced the discipline of doing things I love daily and rediscovering what I truly love and makes me happy. Now that you heard my story, I want to close out with a statement. Many of you are likely navigating your own challenges, whether in your personal or professional life. I know, life is not easy. My journey has taught me a powerful lesson. Our happiness is something we can control. So, here's my message. Focus on what you can control. Strive to influence the one that you can influence, and let go what you can't. Most of all, never lose sight of what brings you joy. Here's to 2025, the happiest year ever.